Hei, Stian Paulsen her fra stianjournalistikk.blogg.no. Før vi begynner intervjuet, så vil jeg gjerne takke dere personlig på vegne av både meg og Casey for at dere tar dere tid til å se dette intervjuet, og vi håper inderlig at budskapet med intervjuet når frem til så mange som mulig. Og på grunnlag av dette så vil vi gjerne at dere deler innlegget til så mange som mulig, enten det er på Facebook, Twitter, på skolen eller andre fritidsaktiviteter. Det betyr veldig mye for oss at dette kommer ut til så mange som mulig, fordi at alle inntektene i forbindelse med intervjuet og blogginnlegget vil gå til Casey sin organisasjon. Og disse pengene vil bli brukt til å få Casey til Norge, sånn at han kan promotere antimobbing på videregående skoler i blant annet Bergen. Så derfor er det ekstra viktig at dere deler dette rundt. Hey everyone, Stian here. Initially, this was going to be Casey's part of the video. He was gonna, ask for your help to spread this message, but unfortunately we had some technical difficulties and Casey's asleep at the moment, and I need to get the video out, so I have to do it myself. Anyway, before we proceed to the video, I would just like to thank everyone for watching this. Really, it means a lot, and it's very motivating to see that, this hard work pays off, and that Casey's story is being heard by, people from the opposite side of the world. You got Casey in Australia, and, right now people from Norway are listening to the interview, so that means a lot. It's very cool. It's something that we think is very interesting that we want to do more of. For me personally, this is something that I really like to do. I like to promote anti-bullying, and I've been doing it for quite a while. And to get this opportunity to interview Casey, it means really much to me, and it's very important for me and for Casey to get this message out to as many as possible. Recently we agreed that every financial support in association with this interview and this blog post will go to his anti-bullying campaign, so that he can travel to Norway, specifically Bergen, so that he can promote anti-bullying in the schools there, and so by that I really wish that you guys promote this and share this and make sure every friend of yours watch it, because every view counts, every comment counts, every constructive critic counts. Everything is appreciated, even the negative comments. We want to improve, and especially me, seeing that this is my second interview, so don't be afraid to tell your opinion about the interview. It might be a little bit too long, but we wanted to get everything out there. We wanted to get a lot of information and a lot of content for you guys who enjoy watching this. So thanks a lot, guys, really. Hey everyone, this is Stian from stianjournalistikk.blogg.no. Today we're going to be doing my second interview. It's going to be a little bit different this time compared to my first interview. Today we're going to be doing it through Skype, so with webcam and microphone. This interview is going to be with someone who has inspired thousands or millions of people and motivated them to stop the bullying. He's definitely one of the hugest icons within the world of bullying today, and he is promoting anti-bullying on a regular basis. So without further ado, welcome Casey Heynis.
Hey, yo, man.
Okay, so we're just going to jump right into it, yeah? First of all, just would like to thank you personally for taking the time. It really means a lot, and we both know that bullying has affected and is still affecting millions of lives as of today, so it's without doubt an important subject to talk about. You included, actually, but before we go into the questions about the video and the bullying, I would just like to give the readers a opportunity to get to know you, beside the bullying and everything that's been shown and highlighted in the media. So the first question is going to be, who are you besides the bullying part? Like, who is the regular Casey Heynis? What does he do, and what's a typical day for Casey these days?
Well, Most days I just like stay inside my room, play the PlayStation. After the time I go outside, try to find a job. Pretty much, I've been trying to find a job for the last 6 months, but it's not happening at the moment. So everything's still good. I hang out with my friends every Thursday. Everything's great. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wait, did you say that you're not getting jobs? Why is that?
Trying to get a job.
Oh,
trying to get a job.
Okay, so you haven't been denied any jobs yet?
I haven't been denied, they just haven't called back.
Oh, okay. Do you think that has anything to do with the incident that happened 2 years ago? Or?
Well, it shouldn't, because that'll be very unprofessional of them.
Yeah.
For me to find a job.
Yeah. Well, besides, the incident, you sound like a pretty normal guy. I personally heard that you were pretty good at code, so but on YouTube though, you're like a complete different guy than what we're listening to. You've been interviewed several times where you've talked about your past and what happened in the video, and it's really emotional and depressing to listen to. Regardless of that, you have millions of views, you have a lot of supporters, and there are video responses dedicated to what you did, and there are people who feel like you stood up for them, and you're kind of like this virtual example of how they would feel like if they were to take revenge of the bullies. You're kind of like that thought, or what they imagine in their heads when they imagine themselves taken back, but you actually did it. The video itself shows violent activity, and it's probably not the best way to promote anti-bullying, but the intention that you actually did it because you wanted it to end and you actually managed to stop it is what counts. But I have to ask, since it worked for you, would you recommend doing the same, or having people do the same to stop their bullying? Or do you...
No, I wouldn't recommend it, because it only worked for me because I only just defend myself to actually stop it and walk away, because other people don't have the courage to actually do it. So I just did it for that one-off thing. I'm not saying, oh yeah, you just go outside and pick up the first kid you can, drop him on his head. You can't do that. You have to go through the schools criteria.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
From what I've seen, it looked like you had no options but to stand up for yourself.
No, I was backed up inside of a corner. There was people running around the other side to get me too. So I just diffused the situation, walked away.
Yeah. Prior to the video, what bullying was it that you went through? I know that in the video you went through physical violence. We saw countless of hits and strokes, but
yeah.
Has it ever been online bullying? Has it ever been, secret bullying, like anonymous bullying, like we see these days?
No, I've never got like the internet, the cyberbullying. I've never had that, because I've never been on Facebook or anything like that. I was smart about those things. I never went on Facebook. It was more like mental bullying, like, oh yeah, you're fat, but that was all at the school.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, you're fat, lose some weight, like, why are you here, go neck yourself, like, all that kind of derogative speaking over there.
Yeah.
Like at the school.
Yeah, but did you intentionally avoid getting bullied online? So you prevented to make a Facebook account just because you were worried about getting bullied on there?
Yes.
Do you ever feel like that's kind of unfair? Didn't you ever want to go on Facebook? I mean, everyone's got Facebook.
Yeah, well, everybody's got Facebook except me, pretty much. But all the people that are on Facebook at the moment, like, for the pages, you can actually go on there and talk to me about stuff on there if you find the right one.
Yeah, I think the official one is Casey Heynis, the bully
slap.
Yeah,
the bully slap down one.
Yeah. Well, going back to the incident or movie, if you want to call it that, would you mind explaining the situation? Because to the people who are watching this, they've only got 40 seconds of the actual event. Did something happen besides the video, before or after, that we didn't catch?
Actually, when I went to go see the timetable, the kid actually came up and said, "Why are you talking about my mum?" or something like that. I wasn't. I was just trying to get a timetable. That's why I was walking down to the office. And as I was trying to get a timetable, these two girls came up and went, "Oh, hi Casey, how you going? Like, how you been?" I'm like, yeah, good. And then he come up with all of his mates.
Yeah.
There was like 20, 30 people there, like all ready to hit me. And then he came up like, and as you see in the video, he came up and said, "You've been talking stuff about me mum." When I wasn't, and then Danny hit me, and that's when the video actually started.
Okay, were you ever afraid of getting jumped at for what you did? I mean,
I was.
yeah, the majority of the people who were present was his friends.
Yeah, and I was standing there. I was all alone. I can't defend myself against 20 people.
Yeah, but
That's
but what made you do it? I mean, you knew that they most likely would jump you after it. It would only get worse.
I don't know why. It just happened. I didn't intentionally just go after him and pick him up over my shoulders and drop him. I didn't intentionally just go out of my way to do that. I just wanted for everything to stop.
So you treated. You retaliated.
Yeah. I was defending myself. I wasn't going out there just to pick him up and drop him. I'm not like that. I'm not like that kind of a person.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Do you ever regret doing it? Do you think you could have done anything different? Like push him away and run, or...
No, because it would have kept going.
So you don't regret it?
No, not at the moment.
I understand.
I did it to defend myself. I didn't go out of my way. I don't regret it at the moment. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to start this anti-bullying campaign that I'm trying to run at the moment. I wouldn't be able to go out with friends. I wouldn't be able to do anything at the moment if I didn't do that.
Yeah, well, I've read through the comments of the original video, which has no, Street Fighter 4 edition, nothing. It's just the original clip. And most of the comments are, about this girl who stood up for you in the end. Did you ever know this person prior to the video, or did she just decided to stand up for you?
No, I knew the girl before that video.
Was she one of the two girls who asked you how you were doing before it happened?
No, she was a messenger for the office at the point of time. And then she came out and saw what happened and stepped in.
Do you ever talk to her as of today?
No, I can't actually find her at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I actually want to find her and say thank you, but...
So you haven't had the chance to thank her yet?
No, like I know her name, but her profile's different to her name.
I see. Well, what do you think would happen if she wasn't present? Because she stopped a, double as tall as you guy, who just walked randomly at you after you hit the kid in the ground,
Well, I don't know, pretty much.
Do you feel like she contributed to stopping it?
Yes, she did. She actually contributed. She gave me a lot of time to tell what happened to the teachers.
Oh, okay. Well, seeing how you're one of the few guys who actually managed to stop bullying before it was too late, and you stopped it pretty much individually or alone, what do you think would happen to other people in this situation if they took revenge?
I don't know. They could go a different path or anything like that. They just could stray from what they really need to do, or they could just walk away pretty much.
But what would you recommend to these kids who are, being exposed to serious and extreme bullying every day, most of it physical like you, and they find themselves cornered and there's like 20 people behind the camera laughing and pointing, and there's this one guy in front punching you for absolutely no reason. What would you recommend, or what would you have other bullies do when they're cornered up all alone in the situation you were?
Well, what I would actually do is use the teacher's criteria first, and then if everything keeps going on as it is, call the police, because bullying is an offence. It can be chargeable, and if that's like the last resort for that one, but firstly use the teacher's criteria for bullying.
Yeah, but in most cases, the bullies, they, as you see Richard, which is the kid who physically, I wouldn't say abused, but, he bullied you physically. He went out in the media and said that you provoked the bullying, or you started it. Do you ever feel like you provoked the bullying, or did anything that gave them a reason to even touch you or talk to you in a negative way?
All I said was just leave me alone, and then they kept on going. I didn't provoke it in any way.
Alright. Do you think there's a lot of victims as of today who provokes bullying? Because what we've seen in most cases, with Amanda Todd and you, and we've seen several other people, they're just being themselves. They're not provoking it, but there's something about the bullies that just triggers them to do bad things, because I don't know.
Well, they just keep on going either way, so it's not really us. It's like not really the victims. It's more of them, but I never provoked any bullying, pretty much. I just used to say, just leave me alone, pretty much.
But did you ever consider bullying back, or doing anything back?
Oh, I felt to do something back to them, but then I thought to myself, why should I lower myself to their level?
Yeah.
Just to please myself.
Well, it's safe to say that probably other people is, thinking about it and has been thinking about it for quite a while if they keep getting bullied. What would you tell them, or what would you recommend them doing to just avoid these kind of thoughts and just, keep on being yourself? Because that's the pressure. You have to change to avoid bullying,
Yeah, well, they try to make me change, but I didn't. That's why I got bullied. But what I would do and tell them is just be yourself, don't change anything, and do not change yourself to fight back to them. Like, don't lower yourself to fight them back, because it just makes you the exact same as them.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
You told us that your reaction in the video was caused because you were building up all this negative energy towards the people and you just wanted it to stop, right? How long did the bullying go on prior to the video? I'm not talking about Richard, I'm talking in general. Like, when did you first start getting bullied?
From year 2 to year 6, and from year 7 to then.
So you've been bullied quite a lot of years.
Yes.
Have any of the previous bullies ever came up to you after the video and talked to you personally and apologized, or, No,
they said that, oh, hi Casey, I never bullied you. That's what I got.
Oh, from the ones that were prior to the video?
Yep.
Okay.
They went, how are you, Case? You're my best friend. All because it was on the news. I went, mate, you're one of the bullies that bullied me. And they go, oh, no, blah, blah. And then, just to catch them out, they went, no, and then they started swearing at me and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But these people jumped in and went, "Do you even know who that is? Could you leave him alone now? I think he's had enough." Like these two normal people just jumped in front of me, and that's what we're trying to say in this whole thing. You can't just be a bystander your whole life.
Yeah.
You have to jump in and stop it. We have to stop this problem.
Yeah, but I think one of the biggest problems with being a bystander is that if you step in, you risk to get bullied yourself.
Yes, but if people always step in, bullying will stop. That's the thing. You can't just step back and say, "Oh, I'm going to get bullied after it if I save this kid."
Yeah.
Jump in, because if you jump in, you will give courage to every single kid to jump in and stop it. To say, like, walk in front of him and go, "Stop, leave him alone."
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to walk in there and knock him out. I'm just saying, like, walk in and just like hold him up and just say, "Stop, leave him alone."
Yeah.
Because if you do it, 2 others will do it, and then 4 others, and then 8, and then it'll just keep going.
Yeah, but I really think it depends on the age, because you struggle with low self-esteem because of the bullying. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah. Imagine someone as worse as you, or even worse than you, finding himself in a situation where he has to, encounter 30 people who's standing behind the camera laughing, while there's, you and Richard in front of the camera. Like, where can they possibly get the courage or motivation to step in? You
never know until you try.
So you would recommend it to anyone to step in?
I can recommend it to anybody. You could be 6 and you can still jump in and say, "Stop it." It doesn't matter if they go, "Oh yeah, you're just a little kid." It's not just a little kid, it's the courage of what they did.
Yeah. Well, seeing how you've been bullied for several years, has it been worse than it was in the video? I mean, have you ever considered suicide?
Yeah, I have.
At that time, how did you feel? Like, what happened in your regular day?
Nothing. That's pretty much what happened. I
froze.
literally got depressed, and I started thinking of committing suicide, and I nearly did.
You froze. You were walking around while your head was just not working at all, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get support? Did you get help? Were there any other people, informed about the situation, or did you hide it for yourself?
I hid it at first, but when, like, through the bullying, it was just immediate family support, pretty much.
What could you do?
My family helped me out, but they didn't know that I was depressed and I wanted to kill myself. They didn't know about that part. They only knew about the bullying part. So they helped me with my self-esteem a bit, but they didn't know about the rest.
But what made you change your mind?
My sister.
And what did she do in particular to, get your mood up?
She slapped me across the back of the face, in the back of the head, and say, "Smart up, you dumb."
Yeah, you can swear, it's fine.
No, I'm not going to swear at an interview.
Okay, but did you feel like your relationship to your sister improved after, she helped you through it?
Yeah, pretty much. That's all I have, yeah.
So,
She helped me a lot. There you go. She helped me a lot.
Yeah, well, do you ever find yourself in a situation where you kind of, you take your sister's role in it, what she did to you, with other people, Have you ever...
Yeah, I would. If I ever see that, I'll...
Have you ever been, have you ever encountered a situation like that, where you have to, help someone who's that low in life, like, at that level you were?
No. Like, not firsthand, but I helped a kid on Facebook like last week on the anti-bullying page.
Wow.
Yeah, she sent me a message. I'm not going to say her name, but she goes, "Can you give me some pointers?" And I wrote out like, "Be yourself. Don't try to do anything." Like a long paragraph like that. And 2 days later, she came back and said, "Thank you for your support, Casey." She goes, "You've really helped me through the time that we had."
And do you think there's a lot of other people like you who were at that level, or who is at that level at this point in time, that isn't getting the help they're supposed to get?
Well, yeah, there's always one out of 1,000, pretty much. There's always one out of 1,000,000.
But why does it happen? I mean, what do you think is, causing this? I mean, we've seen countless of suicides. We've seen people, getting physically damaged or like psychic damage of it. We see people's future being wrecked apart by, anonymous bullying online. But why isn't anybody watching this and going, I want to stop this, Why is this statistic rising instead of dropping when we see these accidents and when we see like this on the news? For you, for instance, you were all over the news, but the statistics just rose.
Yeah, well, I have no idea why other people think that they can just go to other people and start picking on them. I have no idea what's in people's heads saying, "Oh yeah, let's go pick on this kid," because I heard that every single day.
Yeah, but
the only thing is, I never defended myself.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, but seeing how the reactions of the video was, have you ever changed your personality? Like, have you ever thought back and just say like, why was I such a coward, or why didn't I stand up for myself earlier? And seeing how you've changed now.
No, I never changed my personality. The only thing that has changed is my confidence to speak up. Pretty much, I don't look back and go, "Oh yeah, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that?" That's past. I've already been through that. That's all behind me now. I'm looking forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we're speaking of the reaction of the video, there was one person in particular who reacted a little bit more positive than others. You can probably guess the name. And I know that thousands of girls are gonna scream, but we'll have to do this question anyways. Justin Bieber actually called you or your school or something like that, and
house.
Yeah, and wanted to meet you.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
It boosted my confidence pretty well, mate. It was quite exhilarating when I got there.
Did you ever feel like that helped your career in terms of anti-bullying? Did you ever feel like you received, an audience that you didn't have before, thanks to Justin?
All the girls knew my name when I got there, so that was quite weird. When I got in there, when I got to the actual stage, like, he flew me down to Melbourne. I'll tell you that part first. Yeah, okay, I'll start the whole story.
Yeah.
Because that's what you said before we started. His manager called up Women's Day. Women's Day called up Channel 9. Channel 9 called me and said, "Did you want to do this?" I went, "Yeah, of course." He flew me and my family down to Melbourne. We got there, got to the stage, had like a whole arm of wristbands of just VIP, full clearance, blah, blah, blah. It was like all up my arm. Backstage passes has the thing here. We got inside the stage. One girl said, "Oh my god, it's Casey." Okay, have you ever seen a waterfall start up, like from all the rain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Try that with thousands of girls coming down, jumping over the rails, jumping over the rails, coming at us. I'm sitting there like, hey, what's up? And then my dad's like, security, make a wall. VIP. He's like, VIP, make a wall, please, make a wall. And all these girls were coming at me, and all the security guards went around me.
That must be one hell cool moment, bro.
There was 13,000 girls there, and about 4 guys. Me, this guy that was like this, he was like this at the concert. And these two other guys that were singing along going like that.
Well, the reason why Justin called you was because he wanted to promote his anti-bullying thing. I think it was like Never Say Never something.
Yeah, it was Never Say Never. I got to go on stage and
Never
Say Never. That was fun.
Well, this was not very long since the video where you basically it was at Bottom Rock, were you afraid of going to the stage, thinking about your self-esteem?
No, I wasn't thinking about my self-esteem. I was more thinking of what I got to say, because when I got on stage I completely blanked out.
Oh yeah.
You know how I walked out, I'm like, what? I couldn't hear him at first.
Oh.
Like when I walked out there, they went, oh yeah, I want to bring somebody out. I walked out, and like a wave of sound just hit me in my ears. That's why I walked out there and went, whoa. Walked out there, and he's like, and what else? All I could hear in this ear was nothing, just from all the screaming. So I'm sitting there going like this, going, what? And I'm trying to think Never Say Never. And when your heart's going out of your chest like this, going, you can't really think. And then at the last minute, I just went, oh, right, never say never. And all of it just went, like that. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. I slapped him across the back. I went, have a good night. Walked out the back, and they were like, oh yeah, Casey, that was great.
But did you ever look up to Justin or like his music before you got the invitation to attend?
Yeah, I didn't mind Justin or his music. I didn't really care. I listened to everything anyway, so that's why I said yeah, might as well.
But what did you think about his Never Say Never campaign?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I liked it. I liked the video clip. That was a pretty good video clip.
So you think that was an important thing in terms of anti-bullying? Do you think it helped or contributed?
It did help. It helped a lot. I got a lot of interviews after that. Like after Justin just boosted everything. Like everybody wanted to have a talk with me. We had to decline about 6 or 7 interviews.
Oh yeah.
Because there was so many.
Yeah. Well, in the episode, because you guys made like a video clip of your trip to the concert, Justin talks with your dad, and I got the impression that he's probably the most proud person in your family for what you did.
Yeah, he is. He was quite proud. He nearly went to tears in the interview.
Yeah, but
because he was that proud.
How did you feel like when you saw your dad's reaction? Because you said you isolated yourself from the family when you had these suicidal thoughts. Did you ever feel at a certain point in time like, yes, I finally impressed my dad?
Yeah, I actually did.
Did it feel good?
When I watched, I didn't know how proud he was until I actually watched the interview with Channel 9.
Yeah.
Because he went, I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of what he did. He stuck him to the corner. He had nowhere else to go, and he defended himself. That's what I remember out of my interview. That's like practically the only line that I remember out of my interview.
How was your relationship to your dad, before the movie compared to what it's now? What's changed?
It was alright, but it wasn't proper. But after it, I started hanging out with Dad more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like there's only positive things coming out of this movie. Is there any negative, aspects or parts of what you did?
Only the people on the internet saying, "Oh yeah, you're fake. Why did you do this?" That's the only negative.
Yeah, well, you got Richard going out in the media a couple of months or days, I don't know, after the incident, saying you bullied him first and you mouthed it off him first, and you were the one who kind of started it all, and he demanded an apology. Do you have any opinion about this, or do you have anything that you want to say about that case?
No, not really.
So you stick with your story.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, let's jump from the movie to today. Attending school, and like you said, you spend most of your day playing PlayStation, hanging out with friends, doing what most of the teenagers do as of today. But you also mentioned your anti-bullying career. How is that going?
It's going quite well. Like, we're just trying to kickstart it at the moment. Just trying to let it go at the moment. Just to start it. We're just trying to start it at the moment. We just need like a little bit more help.
What kind of help?
Like more support, pretty much. Like, we need more people to find out what it is, and it's called Bullying Bites. Bullying Bites TV. It's on YouTube. You can actually look it up.
I'll link it in the video. Oh mate, it's the other hand. No, but
it's this side for me. Anyway, we're just trying to start the whole thing up. Pretty much, we're just trying to get more support into it, and if we get more support, we can spread it quicker, and just trying to start things.
Yeah. But what kind of work do you guys do? I know that you mentioned that you did a lot of message.
It's kind of like a video blog kind of thing. Like, I'm trying to make like a few videos and put them on YouTube and say hi and everything. Could you please support Bullying Bites TV? All of that. But the only thing is, I just have to figure out how to upload and download videos.
So in other words, you guys need a video editor.
I know how to edit my own videos, dude.
Well, this anti-bullying thing that you do started because of the video, or the reactions to the video. Has it turned out to be kind of a opportunity for you in the future? Is this something that you want to work with for the rest of your life?
I wouldn't do it for the rest of my life, because it would just be continuous work, pretty much like the same thing over and over again. But at the moment, it'll be a start for what I want to do later on.
What do you want to do later on?
I actually want to be a pilot.
A pilot?
A pilot.
Well, regardless of that, what's your goals with this anti-bullying thing? Like, what's the ultimate accomplishment that you're trying to reach?
I want to stop 50 to 60% of bullying around the whole world.
By doing what? The video thing?
By doing the video, by going to different schools, by spreading the message.
Alright. Can you relate to those who gave their lives to the bullies and gave up on life? Why do you think nobody stepped in and helped them?
Because they wouldn't have known of what they were doing in the first place. Like, the children, or the teenagers, wouldn't have told their parents because they were scared of the consequences of what their parents would have done.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
But why do you think the bullying is so critical, and why do you think it's what makes it so critical on the teenagers? Because it has like a really huge impact on them, and the consequences are pretty extreme. We've seen suicide, we've seen pretty much everything you can imagine. But why do you think it has such an impact? It's just words. In most cases, it's just words.
Because of what people think of what they need to look like and what they need to do and how they need to act. Like, the most critical things is these years, like in high school.
Yeah.
Because of what you need to look like and how you need to talk and what you need to wear and everything. I walked in there by myself and I was like this. It didn't really matter to me, so I don't know why people keep on going up to other people and go, oh yeah, why are you doing this? You need to wear this. I don't see the whole point.
Do you think the bullies are the ones who live up to these expectations the most?
Yeah, they do, because of how they put other people down is like it's all mental bullying pretty much. It's psychological. Because they walk up in brand new shoes, and shirts, and shorts, and everything like that, and they go, oh yeah, you need to look like this. And you go, no, so they hit you for it. So I don't see the whole point of seeing what they're looking for, pretty much. I don't really get it.
There's this psychologist who keeps saying that the bullies are the ones who are the most insecure, and the bullies are the ones who can't handle pressure. So they turn it against other people, so they avoid getting it themselves. Do you think this is true?
Yeah, I do think it's true, because we're the ones who, the victims are the ones who walk around going, why do I need to look like this? And then the bullies come in and go, you need to look like this, otherwise I'll smash you.
Yeah, that's true. But in the terms of the video, Richard seems like a normal kid. He's not kind of like the example you would see in, for instance, videos and like movies and stuff like that, where they trying to make the bullies like the famous people. Were Richard the famous guy in school?
He was more popular than me.
Do you think he picked on you because he wanted to get bigger?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that was the whole scheme for him. Like, he was trying to join this gang or whatever inside the school, I don't know. But he was trying to come up to me and hit me because his mates were like, oh yeah, just do it, he won't fight back. And then I actually didn't. That's why everybody was like, whoa.
Yeah. But up until that point, would you describe yourself as an easy target?
Yeah, I would.
Why?
Because I never fought back, and I never told the teachers, pretty much. But
yeah, but regardless, the video has brought a lot of attention. Does it get tiring ever?
I wouldn't say that it gets tiring because of the message that comes out of it. The message that really comes out of it is stand up for yourself. Don't just be a bystander. Pretty much. Yeah. There's actually a few messages in there. Don't be a bystander. Don't pick on the fat kid. Pretty much. Otherwise, that'll happen. And then my story coming out of it, because of the message that I brought out was don't bully people, because there is a consequence and there is deaths behind it, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, at your school, you're not attending school, you're probably not socializing with people from the school, seeing that you didn't really have any friends who stood up for you. Who are your friends today, and have they been with you since the beginning of this
My mate Stephen. I'm not gonna say his last name. My mate Stephen. That was that one kid that was my friend. He's been there that whole time. That's like practically the only one that I've been hanging out with, pretty much. Plus my girlfriend.
Oh.
That I finally got one.
How's that going?
It's going on 11 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you think that the self-esteem you received from what you did helped you reach this level?
Yep, pretty much. It was more like, not like self-esteem, it was more like confidence.
Do you ever look back and do you ever think that you could have done something different that would probably enhance your confidence more than it already has?
Yeah, the people that bullied me stop it.
So you would have stopped it earlier if you...
I would have stopped it earlier if I knew what was going to happen if I didn't stop it that first day that I got there.
Yeah, but do you ever think that, you know, seeing what you've accomplished because of what you did, do you regret not doing it earlier?
Yeah, I do, because it wouldn't have got to this level. Like, I would throw this fame and everything behind me just to have a normal day at school. I would have loved, like, having more friends in one. I would have loved having, like, talking to different people different days and not getting yelled at for what I've done. I would love to have my grades up. I would love to have my Year 10 certificate.
What's that?
Just Year 10 certificate. You get it in the end of the year after you do a couple tests.
Oh, okay, I see. It's like a grade card then.
Yeah, it's kind of grade kind of thing, but I would love to go on to my Year 10 formal.
Yeah.
I went to my Year 6, but not my Year 10. But I would throw my fate all away. I would throw all of this all away just to have one single day at school. A proper day.
You got me there. That was a good answer.
Thank you.
My next question is, you said you were doing this YouTube thing, and on Facebook, for instance, you got like 20,000 organizations that promote anti-bullying, but none of them is really...
2,804.
Yeah, you would know. But it's like none of them are really successful, you know? Why do you think none of them, reaches out to the point of, for instance, a celebrity, you know? If Oprah or Ellen promotes anti-bullying, it just virals. And
it goes worldwide.
Yeah, and it contributes, 100 times more than an organization does. Like, what do you feel, makes the difference,
Because they're on TV and everybody knows who they are. If you go I watched Ellen the other day, and they go, oh, Ellen, the one with the blonde hair and on the TV on Channel 9, yeah. If you do that, it's because they are well known worldwide and on TV. But if it's just an organisation and it's not on TV, nobody would know about it.
Yeah. So you think that anti-bullying organizations, they need famous people to promote them?
Yeah, pretty much. Because that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, but why isn't it happening more?
That is a trick question, that one. But I have no idea why it's not happening more. I don't see people not going out of their way and try to go to different schools and go, listen, you can't do this because of...
Yeah.
Because of the consequences.
So, when I announced that you were going to be on my blog, there was a lot of people who were excited because they felt like they needed this motivation and inspiration because, you're on the other side of the world. We don't get to experience this motivation and inspiration unless you're doing something like this. So people will get like insight on how it actually feels like, and I think that will contribute to, you know, people's behavior in school. You know, people will take it more serious and stuff like that. My question is, do you have anything to say to the people who are watching this and is actually excited to watch this?
Well, just be yourself, keep your chin up, pretty much. Just, yeah, if you're being bullied, use the school first, and if you're not and you are the bully, just stop.
And do you have anything to say to the bullies?
Stop. That's the only thing. One word, stop.